St Albans MP, Daisy Cooper. St Albans, make some noise! St Albans, make some more noise! That's more like it. Our planet is in crisis, and there is no planet B. For years and years, for decades and decades, world leaders have been meeting at big international meetings. Small island nations have told world leaders over and over again that they are drowning under the rising seas. Parts of Africa have told world leaders time and time again that they are now living permanently in drought. Bangladesh and Pakistan have told world leaders time and time again about murderous floods and landslides that leave hundreds of people dead and millions homeless. For years and years, our governments have overpromised and underdelivered. They have said one thing and done another. So what about this week, COP26? You must have heard Greta Thunberg's verdict. It was a failure. It was blah, blah, blah. What was it?
It was a cop-out!
It was a cop-out. Greta wasn't surprised, and neither was I. Tell me, were you surprised?
No!
We need serious government for this existential crisis. But look at what we've got. Perhaps the most memorable image from COP26 was a Prime Minister sitting next to 95-year-old David Attenborough, seemingly asleep, not even wearing a COVID face mask. And after COP26, the Prime Minister jumped on a private jet to have a meeting with a self-confessed climate skeptic. What was that? And it gets worse, because just a couple of weeks ago, the government whipped all of its MPs to allow raw sewage to be pumped into our rivers, into our chalk streams, and onto our beaches. What do we think about that, St Albans? This government has cut subsidies for renewable energy. It wants a brand new oil field in the North Sea. It has slashed incentives for electric cars and promoted airport expansion. What do we think about that, St Albans?
Shame!
In the government's recent budget, the environment was not even mentioned once.
Shame!
So this global meeting of world leaders, with the express purpose of saving the world in 2021, felt to me like it was stuck in the 1970s. Our government is saying one thing and doing another. And that is why, as your MP, I have persuaded the all-party parliamentary group on climate change to produce a climate policy tracker. We are tracking every single announcement by this government to show that on every single level it falls short in terms of what it should be doing to tackle the climate emergency. Tell me, St Albans, is there a planet B?
No!
Is there a planet B?
No!
No, there is no planet B. But I will tell you what there is. There is hope. Believe me, there is hope. Because this is a government that keeps pushing us to our limits. And we are fighting back and shaming them into U-turns. On free school meals, there was a U-turn because of public outcry. The A-level algorithm, there was a U-turn because of public outcry. And just this week, the government's outrageous attempt to stitch up parliamentary standards process for one of their own has done a U-turn because of public outcry, and that is what we will do on the climate emergency too. So COP26 was not enough. It didn't deliver enough. But there is hope, because it did produce new targets, and we have to hold on to these and push for more. 100 countries have signed a pledge to stop deforestation. 100 countries have committed for tougher action on methane emissions. 190 countries have agreed to end coal-fired power, and more money will be given to those countries to help shift them away to ditch coal. COP26 did not go far enough, but our governments are feeling the pressure, and they must continue to feel the pressure. We have to make more noise than ever before. So St Albans, make some noise. The causes and the solutions are clear. We are the cause. Climate change is the disease, and net zero is the solution. So repeat after me. There is no planet B!
There is no planet B!